And so what this keyword research training is all about, what this keyword advertising, pay-per-click advertising training is all about, is how can you be the marketer that stands out as the one that gives people exactly what they want.
Right.
The other thing to realize about keyword advertising is that it's pull marketing as opposed to interrupt marketing.
Pull versus push.
Pull versus push, right.
That's how I was taught it.
Tell me.
Well, pull is by attraction, so that somebody is coming to look for you. Whereas push is you're pushing it in their face. It's like when you're watching the Super Bowl and all those ads come on in front of you, and probably you weren't thinking about buying a car at that moment. You might have been thinking about having a Pepsi, but probably you weren't thinking about getting a job, or there were so many different ads on there that had to do with things that had I been watching, I'd been watching for the entertainment value, but not because there was something I wanted. So it was pushing it on me rather than catching me in the moment when I was in need of something, which is more the pull.
Exactly.
Yay!
Interrupt advertising or push advertising is kind of like in-your-face advertising.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look at me. You weren't thinking about this, but I want you to think about this because I want your money.
Right.
Whereas pull advertising is you were sitting down at a search engine trying to solve a problem, and I'm coming along and saying I've got the solution. And the corresponding difference in effort, ease of the task, it's like trying to push someone up a mountain
Right.
as opposed to pulling them down the mountain that they've already decided to go down.
Right. Right.
And keyword advertising, pay-per-click advertising is like pulling people down the mountain. It's just an amazing difference.
Pull them down in a wagon that goes as fast as they want.
Yes, right. As opposed to making them do somersaults all the way down and break their bones and stuff.
Or somersaults up the hill.
Right.
Yeah. Or you doing the somersaults up the hill to get them to go.
Right. Honey, it's also very fast and easy to get started.
Well, that's really good news because for anybody new looking into this is excited to get started.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a link over to the right to sign up for an account with Google if you'd like. We'll give you some more training about exactly what to do.
Oh, that's very nice.
What to do. And all this training is free, by the way. You'll get the free information. But what most people don't realize is you could open up an account and have your advertisements shown all over the world in the next 10 minutes.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
As Perry likes to say, you could spend $5 and have your advertisement in front of millions of people 5 minutes from now.
Fantastic.
It really is. And sometimes, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll have an idea for an advertisement, and it's just so cool to not have to wait to call the printer and get in touch with a trade journal and get your advertising placed, or even working with websites and placing banners and things like that. It's just so much quicker and easier. You can turn it on and off like a faucet. Do you know why that's important?
What if it doesn't work? You don't want to spend all that money. You can turn it off.
Right.
Oh.
Like, remember when we spent all that money for a Yellow Pages advertisement and we had one shot?
Right.
And then you've got to wait a year to change it?
Right.
And we spent like $5,000 on the advertisement?
Right.
But with pay-per-click advertising, you can push pause if something's not working, spend a few bucks, see what people do on your site, make some changes, turn it on again, turn it off again. And it's just so much less risky and so much more palatable for people who want to be methodical and scientific about how they go about developing their advertising, that I don't see why anybody would develop their ads anywhere else. You can always develop them in this kind of safe laboratory, spending much less money, much less time. Once you know that they are working, you can move them to
other media?
Yeah.
That's a really cool idea.
Right. The difference in mindset between people who are actually searching for something versus people who you think might be interested. Mm-hmm. If someone's searching for wild salmon or to buy wild salmon, they're going to have a whole different set of language on their head than if they respond to an ad in a grocery magazine about wild salmon. Because you had to interrupt them, put it on their mind.
Right.
When people actually have it on their mind, the language that they use and what you'll correspondingly use to talk to them is so much different.
And also, if they're searching for it themselves, they're much more likely to take action.
Right.
Than if you put it in their face.
Exactly. The other two benefits I just want to go over quickly is that it's a very consistent source of traffic. So people that are searching for buying wild salmon today are likely to be searching for the same thing and have the same thing on their mind when they're searching for it tomorrow. So if you get to a group of a few hundred people and see what they do when they're coming to your site searching for wild salmon, the odds are that you can optimize that site and make it work for the people that are going to be searching tomorrow, next month, the month after that. There are some markets where there's some seasonal trends and you have to look for that. But for the most part, it's a very consistent, safe laboratory that you can test it in. And the last thing is that it's an auction system. And so let's say you're not profitable, you can adjust your bids so that you might get a little bit less traffic, but you can pay less for that traffic and adjust your pricing to the point that you are profitable. And you can do it on a keyword by keyword basis.
Huh.
So the likelihood of actually entering a market inexpensively, profitably, if you're willing to look at all these things, is so much better, just so much better than all the other types of advertising you could do. So I am a big fan of keyword advertising. I just think there's a tremendous opportunity. People are relying on technology, and I'm a big fan of it. So what do you think I should have people do next?
Get a pony.
Yeah, everybody, go get a pony. What I want you to do is look at the links off to the right. There's a link to get an account with Google, and if there are coupons or advertising dollars available right now, then you'll see how to get an account with some money actually put in it for you for free, because Google knows that it takes a little bit for you to learn.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and very frequently they have options to get $25, $50, even $75
To let you play.
to put in your account to play with. It's kind of like free money at the table.
That is so cool.
Yeah. The other thing that I want you to consider is at the right, there's a link to my mentor's primary training book for this. Perry, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know anyone who's making money online with pay-per-click advertising who doesn't own that book. I own it myself, actually own all of his materials, and I studied them very carefully. If you have any serious inclination to do any kind of keyword or pay-per-click advertising, I would very strongly recommend that as you go through this training, you get a copy of Perry's Guide to Google AdWords and just click on the right and get that.
Terrific.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.